It's Joseph R. Wheeler III, the artist, the founder, the president of the ONYXCON Foundation, broadcasting live from the Metro ATL areas. You know what I'm saying? What's happening, everybody? What's happening, everybody? Yo, let me get my settings right real quick at this here stop sign. Let's see here. Let's make sure we got everything what it got to be so everybody can act accordingly. There we go. Okay. Subscribers only in the chat. Subscribers only in the chat. You understand? Yeah. So I don't know about y'all, but I had a very, very productive day. I'm proud of myself. I would say productive day and productive night last night because I was up late. Didn't want to be, had to be because I'm obsessed with getting this content together for you. Editing. I'm in that zone. I'm feeling good about everything I'm putting out right now because it's winning slowly but surely. But it's winning. Yeah. If you haven't seen it yet, I just released the video, the official video. It's a visual and got the audio from my character, Clayco Choom. Some of y'all say, Clayco what? Clayco who? I say what? Choom. Clayco Choom, C-H-O-O-M. What is Choom? Choom is a word from the cyberpunk universe, all right? If you play the game Cyberpunk 2077, I ain't had to explain nothing you already knew. But if you're not hip to cyberpunk is a genre, first of all, okay? But the cyberpunk I'm talking about is specifically the intellectual property created by Michael Pondsmith, okay? Shout out to Mike Pondsmith of R. Talsorian Games, which still exists, which still is cranking out hits, okay? Shout out their game Cyberpunk Red, the original Cyberpunk that goes all the way back to the 80s, the re-release of it in 1990. This is what I'm talking about. This is what inspired, this is what gave birth to CD Projekt Red, the video game company out of Poland. Shout out to them. They got an office now in Boston. All the Bostonians, shout out. Y'all got, we expecting a lot from y'all in the next 5 years. You know what I'm saying? We expecting a hell of a lot from y'all in the next 5 years. Anybody who's a fan of the game, again, you already know what I'm talking about because we're waiting on the next game in the next 5 years. They're supposed to be putting it together right now. We're all pins and needles for the next 5 years waiting on it. But in the meantime, while you're waiting on that, we're giving you something to enjoy. If you love this genre, you can check out Cyberpunk ATL because I'm going to keep this going. I can do this infinite. I mean, it could just go and go and go because the characters and the world I created based on, I keep giving credit where credit is due from the source material, all right? I just took canon material from Cyberpunk, Michael Pondsmith's vision, from what happened with CD Projekt Red, what they created with that epic video game, okay? From the anime Edge Runners, if you haven't seen it on Netflix, it's one of my favorite animes of all time, okay? And piece all of that together to create my worlds for Cyberpunk ATL. So if you've seen the video that I'm talking about that I released last night, you hype because you know what this is about, you know what you're looking at, you understand why it fits into that world, and you're excited. I'm excited for us, and I mean us as in the whole community of Cyberpunk fans. It is a community, it's a worldwide community. We are the ones, we the chooms. That's what I was saying. We all chooms, you feel me? If you rock with Cyberpunk, we chooms. So I made this character up, Clayco Choom, to give y'all some clarity on that. If you haven't seen the first episode of Cyberpunk ATL, it's gonna give you more. If you haven't seen the 1.5 episode and then the 2, okay, we up to, let me see, you got the first episode, you got the 1.5 episode, which is the tragedy of anime. You have to see that. You have to see all of them, you really do. You need to see all of them, because even though they all stand on their own, they each tell you a little bit more about what I envision in this world and why it's so good and so fun and so interesting. You know, not just to pat myself on the back, but hell, I'm doing the work, so I'm giving myself that love. But for the fact that I'm doing the research and I'm coinciding this with timelines and research of what would have happened when, and you know, and I purposefully gave myself a lot of leeway, creative leeway, by basing this in the year 2080. Okay, 2080 is the year that V, the character from the video game, if you played Phantom Liberty, he wakes up out of a coma in one of the endings, and Idris Elba's character, okay, tells him straight up, yo, V, you've been in a coma for years, man, since 2077. Imagine this. 3 years, you in a coma, and then you wake up in a whole nother reality, and it's 2080, and it's like, shit. So that was one of the saddest endings in gaming history. A lot of us have said, everybody who's done a review of it, I did my review, everybody else's review of it said the same thing. We all were just kind of like, that's how you go. I mean, you know, sad ending. It's a dystopic future, so you expect sad endings, but this, man, this was crushing. This was crushing. The only other thing that ever hit as hard as that in the game was, you know, when Jackie Wells dies. You know what I'm saying? Jackie, your homie, and you feel that one. Like, if you played the game up to that point, you're like, they killed Jackie. They killed Jackie. You know, it's like that, for real. You feel it. You feel it. You really are one with the characters at that point, because you done so much, survived so much, put in so many hours of play. Yeah, they did some excellent writing, and they did excellent writing on everything. I mean, they won awards for Phantom Liberty. CD Projekt Red, they got awards for that. So, you know, and this is a game that had been through glitch hell, rebooted itself after the fandom of the Edge Runners anime, which I always like to mention, because sometimes people talk about that like that. They just skip right over that when they talk about how, you know, they cleaned it up, the company did the work, and yeah, that's true. But well, nobody's still gonna be playing that game unless that anime came out. It was the anime that saved that game for all of us who are fans of it too, because straight up, it was the anime. The anime saved that game. You gotta always give credit where credit is due. You gotta keep the timeline right. You gotta keep everybody's position on the board right. If it had not been for Cyberpunk Edge Runners on Netflix, I don't know if the game would have ever recovered. You know, fans like me would have kept playing it because we love it that much. You know, I always say I married that game. When it comes to gamer life, that's the one, that game there, I married that damn game, because thick and thin, all of its bullshit, love you, baby. Yeah, you get on my damn nerve, you know I love your ass, right? That's how I was about that game, because I had technically three two data crashes, one because of a damn bad patch, another one because of, was it the patch, or I always forget it sometimes what the other one was, but it was, yeah, one was the patch, one was an electrical fallout. I always say that, and there's no excuse, because I have a surge protector. You know, I always keep that. I don't plug nothing up electrical without no surge protector. Didn't matter. Whatever that rolling blackout was, it killed my shit, killed my whole everything. I had to start over on all my games. Can you imagine? Yeah, that was bad. But we made it through. You know what I'm saying? We did what we do, and it was all right. I mean, it was all right after months of playing and getting all my stuff back. But yeah, I didn't even play it for a few months after that one. That was the worst. That one hit me. Ooh, that was devastating. But bottom line is, that's why I love that game so much, because there's so much I've been through with it, in addition to it just being amazing. And that inspired this idea, in addition to parts of mainly characters in the game and stuff that they mentioned about Atlanta. It's very brief, but if you play the Street Kid role with V, it gets mentioned. The city gets mentioned. Now, I did my research about the tabletop game, and I can see that it was mentioned one time way back in the day, in the 80s or 90s, where they said that Atlanta still exists, but there is a new seat of power in the state of Georgia known as Plantation. And it explains how Plantation is this fortress surrounded by guard dogs and landmines and guards armed and all that. I said, oh, that's all I need. That one little paragraph fed everything. And then they gave the name of the governor too. Governor King Gardner, they called. I said, oh my gosh, this fool, they called him King? You just gonna feed me this perfect opportunity to write history? Well, let's go. And it's pretty obvious everything of now that I'm basing a character like that, this villain, on, you know, Governor King Gardner, you know, no kings, hashtag no kings, hello. You know, it's pretty obvious who I'm dissing and what I ain't with, and what the game ain't with, what the game is against. I mean, the whole game is all about controlling corpo, controlling technology as it becomes a part of our lives. It's like, yeah, okay, use it as a tool, but don't let it take you over. Like, this is the message. This is the message. And and use it for good when you use it. Try to be productive and functional, not dysfunctional. Yeah, this is the message. I mean, it gets lost for some folks. Oh man, I got cool guns. I can shoot up everything and I can fight. Yeah. But do you hear all them prophetic words that come out of characters ever so often on the missions? Or do you just skip past all that so you can get to shooting again? Some of y'all, I know the answer to that before you answer, but for anybody who actually really plays role-playing games, you sit there on them first playthroughs and you like, man, this is epic. This is a freaking movie. And that, I remember the first time you riding with Pan Am and you're doing the mission that's going to lead to y'all sabotaging that satellite, and you got to go out to the desert and set it up and all that. And she said something in the truck. I know I wrote it down in one of my sketch pads somewhere. She said so. I said, wait a minute, what? Wait a minute, hold up. I think I did a save and a replay just so I could hear it again. I said, what? Holy shit, boy, you talking about a line. And it kept happening. There's so many proverbial moments in that game. Proverbial shit to live by, life lessons, truth and wisdom. It's edutainment. That's what I'm always yelling, right? ONYXCON, we here for it. Edutainment, showing y'all how to live your best creative lifestyle, y'all. That's what we do. So like, yeah, that's another reason why I love that game so much. And I'm holding the banner for what it's supposed to be about. Like if you ever seen Mike Pondsmith in interviews, when he gets deep, you know, he can keep it light, fluffy, and fun, but when Mike get deep, and Mike is just deep. That's a deep brother. But in like one of his latest interviews with CD Projekt Red on the progress of the game and where it's going and what's going on and what inspired him to even start all of this, he said something, and I'm not directly quoting, but he more or less said something. He kept using the word agency, like having agency and understanding the power of, you know, utilizing a medium like this fantasy world to teach lessons. And I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, that's what we doing, man. That's what we doing. And like I said, it will always be lost on some. You can't save them all. It's too many damn people in the world, and they all been hurt different ways, raised different ways, conditioned different ways. I ain't trying to save everybody. Just trying to sprinkle something. Even on the ones you can't save, just glitch up their system every now and then. Make them realize, damn, everything don't sound the same, act the same, look the same, behave the same. You will be challenged. Your brain will get another crease in it, whether you want it or not, if you mess around over here with all of us who do edutainment. And that helps. Every little bit helps, because, you know, people need that sometimes. People just need to be taken out of their comfort zones to realize, oh, the way I think ain't the only way that other people think. Oh, damn, okay. I would have never thought. Yeah, well, now you thunk it. You know, so that's what we here to do, man. That's what we here to do. That's what we gonna do. That's what we doing. And y'all reacted to it. Let me tell y'all what happened, right? So when I dropped this Clayco Chum song, now mind you, this is a pop rap track on purpose. And I wrote the lyrics, by the way. Every single lyric that you hear delivered via AI, because yes, the whole music track is AI developed and everything. But even that took forever for me to find. Hold on, what are we doing up here? Golly, damn accidents. People doing all this crazy ass holiday driving. Oh man, but wasn't nobody hurt. This car done spun out over here. Okay, lady on the side, I guess they all right. She on the phone, I don't see no blood, ain't no ambulance, everybody all right. Shit. It's real out here, y'all, man. Be careful, drive right. Slow the fuck down, you'll get there. Don't listen to nobody on the phone talking shit about, where you at? Still alive? That's how you need to answer that when you're dealing with goofies that don't understand time and real life. People who be tripping about, well, this started at this time, and I understand that, I understand time, I respect time. I respect people's time. I also respect that other people ain't on the same time as me. What did I just say about everybody don't think the same? You out here driving with how many people on the road? You know what I'm saying? You can't control that. You have to deal with the elements. You have to deal with situations. Things come up. The true test is, how do you handle it, and do you respect that things come up? I'm about to get on a big tangent, but I'm gonna chill myself, because I got a whole lot more I can say about that, but I'm gonna chill. Point I'm gonna make. So shout out to 2 in the building and 2 thumbs up. I love to see it equal. That's what it's supposed to look like when I'm on here. Thank you. Thank you, Chooms. All right. That means friend, by the way. That's my Chooms. So, when I was doing this AI character creation for Clay Chum, you know, I had been developed the character, which even that took a long time to really come up with, like, what's his real name? His real name is Kenyavius Carter, and Kenyavius Stryton Carter. Yeah, I can't remember the whole name, everything. And there's a lot of symbolism in the name and all that good stuff. But he was meant to be, you know, a lot of different rappers that I either enjoy their music, like some of their music. Yeah, I'd say some, because none of them are like, I don't like none of his shit, but like everybody I thought of when I was putting this character together was somebody I like at least one or two tracks. They had their one hit wonders, or even the stuff that's really a hit, but I like it, you know. And then there's parts of their character I may not agree with or like or whatever, but I thought about all of that when I was developing this character, and I put all that into him. Now, once you got the images, that even that's a headache for when you're creating each image for the story. When I'm doing the episodes of Cyberpunk ATL, that's one level of headache with AI. But like I always say, when you hit that home run with it, when it give you what you want, oh man, what a feeling when it finally gets it right, and you're like, that's exactly what I wrote. That's exactly how it's supposed to look. That's exactly what, you know. And sometimes it'll embellish it beyond even what you imagine, and you like, that's exactly what I'm, you know. You like, you hype as hell, like, damn, they got this. Look at this shit, you know. That's a good feeling. Hold on one second. Yeah, 2 in the building and 2 thumbs up. Let's keep it steady. Ever ready. So as I was saying, like, you know, I came up with how I have him looking. I know how I want to, you know, and I have him going through stages of age. Like, I literally let this character grow up within an episode or so, about 2 episodes. Like, you see him as a little kid, you see him at 13, you see him at, could be 15, 16, you see him at 17, 18, you see him at 20 something, you see him, like, it pretty much drops off at about 25, 24, 25. But I show him going through these stages, you know, facial changes, body changes, how folk, you know, you grow up, you get a little bigger, start getting your little facial hair, you know. He started getting more of his swagger. He got a certain dress code, style, and everything. I put all of that into it, right? But when it came down to, like, okay, I got to make him speak. I can't say he's a rapper and I don't have at least one track on here. People going to be like, well, what's his music sound like? I want to hear it. You keep saying how cool he is and how his stuff sound. I'm like, yeah, I want to hear it too. Shit, I got to do this. So started researching these apps that allow you to either of two things. You can either rap something yourself and put it in, and it'll translate it. That, I haven't found one yet that really did that for free, because that's the other thing. I admit I was looking for free ones, and most of them, they'll say, yeah, we could do that. No, they get you in the door for free. They ain't about to do that for free. You go to do that, probably be like, okay, it'll be this month for the plans. And wait a minute, whoa, we need your credit card. No, I just, hey. I just want to see what it's going to sound like. I don't know if you even going to get it close to what I need. I ain't spending no money with you till I know you can give me what I need. And more so than no so, because you're going to give me a lot of what I don't need. That's the way AI is. It ain't going to ever be perfect. I don't give a damn what nobody says. It's not, there's no such thing as perfect. So it can never be perfect, but it's going to try. And sometimes it over tries, and that's when it's always off. And you're like, golly. So I know what it does with an image. Lord forbid, with some music. Nah. So I was like, I just want something to be close enough to the type of sound I want it, and with the kind of rhythm I want it, with the kind of voice I want it. And when I tell you, I went through about, I mean, it was more in terms of my research, but 6 that I actually did hands-on, you know, sign up for the quick trial. And I'm doing this in a matter of days, like a couple of days, maybe 2 per day. I'm looking at them, right, trying to decide, okay, I think I'm gonna use this, or I think I'm gonna use that one. And then something would happen. I'm like, never mind, I'm not using that one. Because it'll always mess up or do something that, like, it would give me a result. Like some of the early results I got, and again, like I told y'all, I wrote, if you haven't heard the song yet, there's the long version of the video where you can watch it. I just replayed it, did an encore so you can hear it without the lyrics on top of it. And at the front of the video, I got the lyrics on top of it so you can see my lyrics. But I wrote that, every last word. That's me busting my flows, you feel me? And in the mindset of Clay Chum, you know, so this is channeling my actor through my voiceover into the writing for the AI. So it's a full creative process. Anybody who says this ain't art don't understand what art is. This is art. And it's yeah, labor intensive. Don't play yourself. It is really, really what it is. And so I got some results the first time around, and some of them will give you at least two examples of what they interpret the track to be. Man, when I tell you I was laughing so hard, I said, golly, what's crazy, because it would sound kind of cool, but it wouldn't be nowhere near what I wanted. First of all, every app for about, like I said, I went through about 6, and only one got it right. And even that one I thought was not going to get it right, because it gave me 2 versions. The first one, I didn't like that. And then I heard that second, I said, oh my gosh, that's my chum. It was chant. I said I wanted to chant the chorus. I wanted it to be hype. It's got to be crunk. It's got to be sounding like some southern rap, but it didn't really do that. But it did sound hype. It did sound crunk. It did sound pop at the same time, but with some aggression to it, the way he's saying it. And then it did some stuff like, I mean, we talking like Twista from Chicago, if you know Twista. Twista level, Busta Rhymes level. Hell, give credit because he in that list of speed rappers. Eminem level, you know what I'm saying? And no, I'm not an M fan like that. So if anybody whatever, man. Ain't nobody gotta like this dude just because everybody else say he's a king of rap. Said who? M is good, but I ain't about to say M is not one of my greats. Look at that, just lost 4, just like that. We love Eminem. Well, good for you. Good for you. That was funny. I did that on purpose just to see. I did that on purpose to see who's in the chat. It was 4 people looking. I said, and I'm being honest. I just say, Eminem's not one of my favorite rappers of all time. He's cool, but he ain't the greatest. Don't put him on no great list for me. And if all 4 of them died off, oh my gosh, I wish, oh man, damn. They gotta start doing this where when we do lives like this, you can always see the count. Or if you want people to see it, you can have that as an option. I love that. Even when ain't nobody here. Because I want people to see the reality of doing this and how funny it can be with people's emotions and who you might assume is watching you and thinking whatever. Is this my order? What's up, man? He looking all confused and shit. Damn, man, he don't even know where he going. Is it me or is it me? He's slowing down, then he walking past. He don't know who this is. I mean, give me the wrong one now. Hold up. Hey, how you doing?
Wheeler?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up?
Sorry.
All right, y'all. We back up in this thing. Wow, somebody held out for me and waited for me to get back. That's amazing. What kind of special fan are you? You must be a subscriber. You need to hit the comments and say what's up. Let me know where you. Okay, there it is. Now I go to 0. I'm about to say that's. Don't nobody be waiting on you when you go away for a minute. So what I was talking about, developing my character Clayco Chum, and how at one point in the AI response I got with all my prompts is that he does like a kind of speed flow. He's like, and I was like, oh snap! And it reminded me, and I was naming some of the great speed rappers like Twista from Chicago, Busta Rhymes, of course, from New York, and Detroit's Eminem I mentioned. And I said, I mean, even though he's not one of my favorite rappers, Eminem, but I will say he's in that list of folk who can flow real fast and clever and say some crazy stuff that'll make you say, oh damn, But and as soon as I was saying that, because I had 4 people watching me, when I said, he's not necessarily my favorite. Oh, it went to 0. It was almost like, oh, is that it? There's nothing but Eminem fans. That was what. Like, damn, what the hell? I'm talking, they were steady watching, loving the conversation. As soon as I mentioned, well, he's not my favorite. 0. Oh, well, bye. Let the door hit you where you need to split you. Come on, what you talking about? People crack me up, man. You can literally tell how people are about things you'll say, and you can see the response instantly on where their head is at. But I'll just quickly say this about Eminem. He is a great rapper, but I'm not going to be one of these people who just, I think in some ways he was made out to be more prolific and put into those top 5 conversations than so many other rappers that deserve to be in that, you know, more important than just saying rapper, MCs, true hip hop MCs that should always be in that category, whether you're talking about old, young, new, whatever, even in the time of when he first came out. And that's just, I don't give a damn what nobody say. That's just what it is to me. Now, you know, I've heard him himself say, you know, don't put me at the top of this list, not without putting this person in front of me, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't even be doing what I did. And I respect him for saying that. I generally respect a lot of things I've heard him say, to know he's got a good heart at his best. But again, just for the type of stuff he was known for, and then I've listened to some of his deeper, more crazier stuff, you know, all his emotional, psychotic shit. Like, that ain't my kind of vibe. Like, if I'm gonna go crazy, I gotta go crazy on something else. It's just, that ain't it. Yeah, I can go into a whole bunch of other folk that I appreciate more for different reasons. But anyway, so the speed rapper category was definitely satisfied by what it gave me, and I was shocked. I didn't think it was going. It literally gave a good variety, and it stayed on the beat in a way I haven't heard any other AI that I had played with do. Because the way my lyrics are written, if it can interpret it the way it was intended, it's hard. It's super hard to do that, to just look at flat words and say, well, one way this usually happens when something that is extended, a word is like I said, choom, sometimes with double O's, like choom, right? And it would do that. It would be like choom instead of just choom, you know, like choom, you're my choom, you know. And that's how some AI interprets these words when you're writing them out, trying to give emphasis. It don't get it at all. But this one got it. I said, oh, we cooking with grease. Oh shit, we cooking with grease. I was so damn hyped last night. I was dancing. I was listening to that thing probably 20 times in a row, dancing around the room, because it sounded like at least close enough to what I envisioned. It still ain't, nothing is ever gonna be what's in your head. It just ain't, unless you get with friends that are got, you know, we gonna make it, and then that's a whole nother headache. And I got a video about that where I break that down. I say, you know, the reason why AI is winning, if you haven't seen that video, check that out. I stand by everything I said in there because I know it's true. And I gave an explanation from the beginning. I'm not gonna retell the whole story again in this live, but I pretty much said I was anti-AI at first, from just thinking, you know, everything you hear about, it's taking everybody's jobs, this and the other. But then after I had to warming up to it, because I started seeing some people I respect and know use it in creative ways, and they're real artists like me, like they really make shit from scratch, like I can. And I said, okay. And then you start realizing it is just a tool. If you treat it like that, it is a respectable tool. But now if you get all, it's everything, and let it, whatever it gives me is good because it's perfect and I'm not. You know, I'll never outthink the computer. It's better than all of us because it was made off a bunch of human minds putting it together. I don't give a damn who, how many, 5,000 human, how many, 8 billion people on the earth? Not one of them me. Not one of them you. Only individuals are individuals. So whatever I thought of is the only way it's ever gonna be thought of like that again. So it's still your unique imprint must be involved. So if you can, this is why it's so important to not give up when you're working with AI, to be persistent and demanding of it. Once you find one you can talk to, you know its rhythm, it kind of tries to learn you. And once you figure that out, you can do some stuff. You can do some really crazy, amazing stuff. So that's what happened. That's the magic that happened, y'all. And I was happy for it. I hope y'all enjoyed the track. Obviously, y'all reacted. I saw within 30 minutes of me posting the short, not the long version of it, as usual. People ain't watching long. It just gets on my last fucking nerves. I'm like, do y'all know you're not seeing everything else you're supposed to see because you don't want to sit down long enough to watch nothing? But because everybody's just thumb flipping and watching shorts, man, that short hit 200 and something in 30 minutes. Yeah. Now, I've had that happen with other shorts before, but it's that rare once or twice, sometimes 3 times a month type thing for me on this channel. It will happen. I'll get a short that hits over 1,000. Hell, right now, my biggest content period, long or short, is a short with me doing a reaction to Chris Tucker telling a joke about something he went through with Jackie Chan. It's hilarious. And It's just a heartfelt, actual reaction, facial expressions. It ain't even like I'm talking. I do them kind of reactions when I do those collabs. And it's hitting, it's winning. It's like I say, I think it's 30,000, something crazy, you know, so love it, right, when that happens. But I would rather it even happen, I'm happy it still happened, but I'd rather it happen with my absolutely original content, like what I'm talking about. Because, like, yes, it feels good to get 200 views in 30 minutes, but if more people see it, can you imagine how many, man, I know that video, I know this song has the potential to hit hundreds of thousands, and then later on, I'll be humble. Later on, like if you give it a couple, if it hit 100,000 or more, a few months, that ONYXCON song will hit million. I promise it could. It's just got to get out. Y'all just got to start. Everybody who watched it, because right now it's up to, like, last time I checked, it could be more, 474 or something like that. 474 views. I want to think it's gonna get to about 500 by tomorrow morning, but I would like to know that everybody who watched it comes back to see what else is cooking. I got another episode for the story of ONYXCON. For anybody who's in that 500 that watched that and enjoyed it, come back. Make sure you subscribe. That's the first part, of course, and come back and stay tuned, because I'm telling you, I'm about to drop the finale story for. It's not a finale of Cyberpunk ATL, but it's a you could say part one of ONYXCON's journey, because I could bring him back at any time. He's a great character, and I want to keep working with him. But it will be a kind of somewhat conclusive, leave it right there and be chill kind of thing. Like, we can keep telling other character stories from after that, and I got plenty to tell, because I want to tell y'all more about my character Mantis, who is manifested via me. Okay. I use my own likeness to create that character. And Mantis, you know, yeah, we got to tell you more about who he is, where he come from. Because he's a story that, it's an origin story where he's got to try and figure out who he is in some ways as he's telling us. Because he had a very sordid Militech, to be specific. You know the game, again, you know what I'm talking about. Militech, it's a huge corporation that sells military weaponry and arms, and does private securities and private military missions all over the globe, and crazy espionage and blah, 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 blah. But my character Mantis was part of that at one time. And as a result, he was a guinea pig for something that the only way I could compare it would be kind of like Wolverine being Weapon X and part of that project, and experimented on and used for his special abilities. Same thing with Mantis kind of thing, but it's even more to it, more extreme for his powers. So, yeah, y'all. Yeah. Lot around the corner, and it's getting so dark, I don't want to just be on here talking with y'all and the screen go black. So, damn, I hate this about. Look at this. It ain't even 6. It's like 5:58. This is what I don't like about fall. I am not even gonna. I can't stand this about fall. Man, it does what it does, though. It does what it does. And so anyway, stay tuned. Like I say, make sure y'all stay tuned. Keep watching Shrooms, because when I tell you the story of ONYXCON it's gonna blow your mind. Like, you're gonna love it. It's a lot to it. There's a lot of characters involved with it. Even my character Mantis gets involved. So yeah, I want y'all to see that, enjoy that, understand that, and hit the comments. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, tell me what y'all think about that track. Let me know, you know, whether it's on the short or the long video. Please watch the long video. And because actually you get more of the images with the long video. The short, what I did is I edited it. I chopped it where, like, whatever's in the very middle of the frame is all you get to see in the short. But if you watch the long video, you get to see the widescreen, and it's a whole lot more to each image than y'all are seeing when y'all watch these shorts. I tell y'all all the time, if you're watching nothing but shorts, it's like you're licking the ketchup off the burger. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be a little child. Grow up. Watch something that's longer than a minute. It's okay. You might learn something. You might like it. You know, if you like the short, I guarantee you're gonna like the long form. So peep that out. Hit the comments, y'all. Be respectful, because otherwise it won't ever see the light of day, and I won't see it either. But yeah, that's how we roll in here, y'all. It's ONYXCON, and as I tell y'all all the time, we do multi-niche content for helping you live your best creative art life. Let's get to it. It's ONYXCON. Peace. Watch that Cyberpunk ATL.